Dear friends, welcome to Time with THEBSIAN. This Friday, I will talk to you about organs and organ parts developed by cell culture techniques. You know, cells are the basic unit of body, whether it is human or plants or animals. Cells are the basic unit with which the body is made. A group of cells form tissues, and tissues form organs, and organs form systems. So, circulatory system, neuro system, like that. Now, we have been talking in the previous episodes regarding design, fabrication, and manufacture of medical devices, that is the mechanical devices, and the devices made from human tissues or cadaver tissue or from animal tissues. We are familiar with organ replacement. That means when somebody needs a heart for replacement, that patient will be looking for somebody who is willing to donate his organ if he is meeting with an accident or untimely death. Before brain death, as soon as the brain death happens, the doctors remove the organs and delivers it to the place where the patient who needs a transplant is admitted. So it is organ transplant. There are regulations controlling organ transplant. Receipt and donation of organ transplants are conducted obeying these rules. So the question, can we not culture medical devices in laboratory vessels? This question is not a recent one. This question is as old as the origin of medical devices, manufacture of medical devices, or design of medical devices by mechanical process. The development of a medical device or an organ or part of an organ by cell culture has been attempted in the laboratory, and it was technically possible to do so. Especially a part of an organ could be successfully cultivated and grown in a special culture media. But the problem is there are nobody to fund this work. So you will be able to note that maybe only 2 to 3% of the world laboratories may be working on developing an organ or an organ part through tissue culture or organ culture. Funds have a very typical nature. If investing 100 rupees will make sure the return of several hundreds, then there is people to fund your project. If you are requesting for 100 rupees without any positive promises of a device or a product, then there won't be anybody to fund the research. That is what is happening in the case of organ culture and cell culture for the development of organs and organ parts. How cell culture has become important. You all know about biotechnology. So biotechnology has transformed the biology during the last 20 years. Through biotechnology, anything can be possible within a glass container using culture media. But can we grow an organ using biotechnology? At present, the answer is no. So the main problem is funding. Techniques are available, funds are not available. So when your future is binding to your findings and your development, success in your development activities, very few people come into the area of developing organs or organ parts using biotechnology. We have some problems in the question of transplantation. We have, in the case of transplantation, we have allotransplantation. The allotransplantation is the transplantation of cells or tissues or organs to a recipient from a genetically non-identical donor of the same species. Another area is the xenotransplantation or transplantation of living tissues or organs from one species to another. This is a method which may solve the shortage of human organs for transplant, especially heart and kidney. Pigs is the special animal which is under study for this kind of xenotransplantation. Pig's tissue is being used in artificial heart valves and vessels in human beings after. Another nascent area is the stem cells. There are two types of stem cells. Stem cells of embryonic origin and stem cells from adult tissue. So stem cells can be separated from skin. Especially they use fat cells collected from humans or animals to separate stem cells. Stem has the capacity to form another total animal or human being. But that capacity cannot be fully grown at present using presently available techniques and facility. But they are used to make additional cell types so that cellular repair can be made possible. That is, to replace or add cells. Cardiac cells are grown using stem cells of the same person, and transplanted or injected into the damaged part of a cardiac patient, damaged part of the heart, so that the weakened muscles could be strengthened. So such corrective methods are under process and under procedures are very common at present. That is, using stem cells to grow a particular kind of body tissue. Stem cells are very effectively used in the case of bone marrow transplants. So stem cells have a main role in the treatment of cancer patients because they can manipulate hematopoietic stem cells, because radiation and chemotherapy may kill a lot of hematopoietic cells, natural cells in the body, so that it can be replaced by stem cell therapy. Stem cells are used to treat patients with certain types of anemia. So the main idea of using cell culture or organ culture to develop a medical device is still in its infancy. The biotechnology group or the people who are involved in cell culture or organ culture are developing another area in science, that is to understand various diseases affecting the organs like heart, eyes, lungs, etc. They are finding very interesting points. The idea they propose is that by formulating nutritive treatment charts, certain diseases can be prevented, certain diseases can be cured, certain diseased organs could be strengthened. So they have opened a particular area of research. Appropriate nutrition and water intake, many diseases can be prevented and cured. Another method is strengthening the public health system. That means each person will be under observation from the date of birth by the public health system, and through proper immunization and management of nutrition and regular screening for infections and parasites, the future of the health could be made little more bright and very much more healthy. So a healthy environment and healthy body can definitely help eradicate most of the sickness, which the study shows as a result of lifestyle problems. Because of your lifestyle, you may contract diseases. So, this area could be corrected by the proper nutrition and proper health supervision by National Health Program. The three major diseases, diabetics, heart problem and kidney problem, could be corrected to a level of 60 to 80% through nutrition and lifestyle changes and proper intake of water. That is the latest opinion of WHO study group as well as very senior scientists who are involved in public health. Dear friends, today we are going to conclude this episode and send your questions and queries to me. Thank you for watching this episode. As you are aware, every Friday, Times with THEBSIAN episode will be available in English as well as Malayalam. Thank you.